Call Layim, Wahawad, like Yahweh Basham Yahushai, Basham Rachakodash, double to the elder apostles at Great Millstone who rule well. Honors and salutations to you, Akim, that's doing his work in truth and sincerity. Shalom to the few Akwaf that listen and learn. This is the book of Micah 5 and 7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as they do from Yahweh, Basham Yahushai, as the showers upon the grass that tarried not for man, nor waited for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver. This was inspired by a conversation I had, and I was trying to do it last night, but I couldn't get to it because I didn't know how to honestly speaking, I didn't know how to sum it all up till the Spirit came to me. I was like, you know what, that's it, because the conversation I had with this older Jake, I perceive him to be a Judite, man of Judah. But it was, I wasn't marveling at the fact that, he don't know the scriptures, but yet, as he speak, the words he was saying, scriptures was going through my mind, and I was like, man, this man is quoting scripture and without even knowing it. And I just had a really great conversation with this gentleman, and pretty much he was right on point, because he was agreeing that these pastors don't teach you anything in these church buildings. He believed that we are the people of the Lord. One of my side jobs is I'm a part-time barber. So, I came in the door. He was like, "Make me look like you." Now, brothers know I don't really touch my beard. It's not as long as it used to be, but my beard is very full, well, full as it can be. But he was like, "Make me look like you, man. I like the way your beard look," and it just reminded me of the masculinity that the Most High is putting back in Jake, because we know a beard is a manly badge of honor. And also, we was touching on the fact that how we're getting ready to rule. All right, we're getting ready to rule, and that was my main thing I want to go into about just briefly, and also, to my surprise, this man, all right, he understood reincarnation plainly. Right? I'm telling you, this man, all right, this Jake, he understood reincarnation plainly. I hit like 5 to 7 precepts, and he was like, "Yeah, that's what the book says, man. That's scripture, man." He was like, "Man, I always wondered that. I always wondered that about that, because in these church buildings, we're not talking about reincarnation, all right? But also, they don't teach us that we're the Lord's people in these church buildings as well. They don't teach us that we're the children of Jacob, and he knew that. All right, he knew that. And then we went into about the fact that they teach according to what Esau wants them to teach, because Esau don't want Jake to wake up to the fact that we're Israelites, man. And this is a prime example. This is a Wikipedia, brief summary of the Confessions of Nat Turner, which was the Jake. All right, the first Jake they let read the Bible as far as Esau, and how the Most High opened his spiritual eyes up. And you really have to go in depth with Nat Turner. All right, but one of the things that stands out about Nat Turner's confessions was that he said it's not time yet. Because you got to remember that Nat Turner was going around and he was killing Edomites, which are so-called white people. You know, he wasn't killing his brethren, which are the other tribes that was among them. You got Gad, you got Reuben, you got Issachar, you got, Ephraim. You got the tribes that was around in the States, right? But he didn't kill them. He killed only Edomites, which is a so-called white race, okay? Which is in itself, all right, a spiritual thing that is really over a lot of people's comprehension, man, just to be honest. Now, let's go down a bit. Click on historical background. It says the novel is based on an extant document, The Confession of Turner to the White Lawyer Thomas Ruffin Gray. In the historical confessions, Turner claims to have been divinely inspired, charged with a mission from God, which is the Most High, to lead a slave uprising and destroy the white race. He claimed to receive messages, and these messages told him to follow through with his rebellion, killing white families with their own weapons, which are Edomite families, okay? Now, one thing, like I said, when you go into Nat Turner's confessions, he said it's not time yet, okay? Again, he said it's not time yet. But now we're living in that time. That's why I opened up with Micah 5 and 7, because Jacob's time of trouble, all right, is coming upon us slowly but surely. It's gradually getting there. All right, you see things are heating up over here in Babylon. Excuse me. And these plagues are getting worse and worse. These tensions are getting worse and worse, right? And so the scriptures tell you, let's go to Revelation real quick, the 18th chapter. We'll scroll down a bit. All right, we'll go down. See here. Let me get it real quick. I thought it was Revelation 18th chapter, but I could be wrong. It's like it. I was right. Just overlooked it. Slocky. It just came to my mind, that precept. But basically, with the rebellion of Nat Turner, remind me of this, because America was built upon violence. Okay, that's the way this place was made. All right, and that's the way this place is going to go out. So this is Revelation 18 and 21. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, "Thus with violence shall that great city Babylon, be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all." So thus with violence, all right, the great city Babylon is going to be thrown down. See? That's why I wanted to chime in on that. It's like it. It's like I had to clean my nose. This sinus infection almost gone. Just iron out the last parts of it. Never had a sinus infection, but it's been plaguing me for the last past month or so. Or it got worse, so I just had to research how to get rid of it. So Salakia. But continuing on, this place is going to go down with violence, okay? Now, when you go to the book of Daniel, the 7th chapter and the 18th verse, and it reads, "But the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom and possess the kingdom forever, even forever and ever." Now, that's the time we're living in, when the Most High is raising up his sons. That's the reason why Yahweh Shai and the angels are going to come back, because we can't physically, all right, compete with Esau. But with the Most High, all right, lifting up that standard, which is spoken about in Isaiah the 59th chapter, giving his men, all right, his sons, spiritual power. That's when you can be able to fight against Esau and overcome Esau, because right now we can't do it. All right. Isaiah 59 and 19, it says, "So shall they fear the name of Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun, which is the east. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai, shall lift up a standard against him. And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai." Because you know why? That's going into the ones of us that turn back unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. And the Most High is going to remember that covenant and come back and deliver us. That's why there's an election. All right? But with that being said, you know, that standard again is how we're going to be able to stand up against Esau in that day. Because spiritual powers, it supersedes, all right, carnal, all right, all the weaponry that Esau have. Esau have a military. We don't have a military. We're relying on the Most High and his military, which is Yahweh Shai and the angels. Excuse me. So we're getting ready to see, all right, Jake, all right, take down, all right, our oppressors. This is Ezekiel 25, and I'm going to leave you with this. Ezekiel 25 and 12. It says, "Thus said the Lord power, because that Edom had dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and had greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the dead shall fall by the sword." Verse 14, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to my anger, and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord power." And that's when you're going to see what Nat Turner said. It's not time yet. Well, now is the time, though. Okay? All right. We're almost at that very moment when it is the right time. Okay? Just like that song that Ray Charles made. You know, it's the right time. All right? So with that, Lord, whether you were edified, I just want to do a video on it because I was just inspired in the spirit. All right, with this conversation I had with this Jake, man. Lord, whether you were edified, until next time I say shalom.